I'm not very interested in gambling, to be honest. I've never had that interest in gambling. I don't know why. I It might be because I never had like a need for a thrill or for adrenaline rushes through any medium, either it be like extreme sports or in this case putting my money in danger. Maybe I'm too cheap. Maybe I'm too careful with my money. But gambling has never been an appeal to me. I went to a casino, to the Montreal casino a couple of times, with maximum spending like $40, big max for the evening. What I really liked is that they had unlimited soft drinks. The reason why they had unlimited soft drinks and unlimited coffee while you go there, even if you just spend like $5, is because it keeps you awake, right? It's caffeine, so it allows you to play as long as you can, which is a fucked up incentive, but free soft drinks. And for me, who used to drink soft drinks when I was young, that was really when I was young. I was still 18. You need to be 18 to be in a casino. I was very happy. The only thing is the Pepsi wasn't room temperature. It was cold, so it didn't taste as good. But it was still a blast. And if you go to a casino, when you start seeing things a bit too much through like a systemic analysis, you start not enjoying things as much. Just a quick example aside from the casino, the main city I live next to is so fucking gray. There are parking lots left and right, huge parking lots because we're so car dependent, right? And the main road splits the city in two with a 3-lane street that is barely used and that is far from being pedestrian friendly. And because I've learned through the last couple of years the benefits of urban planning and of making cities walkable, and how ugly the color gray is, and how it's you can't detach the color gray from very, very large parking lots. And because of that analysis of like, oh, this is a consequence of car dependency and it's really ugly, it's very depressing. Because of that, now when I go to the city, I get kind of depressed and I can't enjoy the city anymore. And the city is like I think it's like 6,000 people live there, but it's the big city here. And if I didn't have that knowledge, I could probably enjoy the city, as many people do. And casinos are the same way. Casinos are really, really sad. They're fueled by by caffeine, sometimes alcohol, but caffeine is free. There's no windows, and the reason why there's no windows is so that you don't see time passing. There's no clocks. There's nothing that tells you the time, so that again you don't see the time passing, so that you don't leave at the time that you want to leave. That you can get carried away in either gambling or spending. So the lack of windows, the very sad, the concentration of old sad people, very, very lonely, and usually very, very old, that are literally plugged in with like a casino card into the casino and like playing their money on like those machines. How can you look at this and think, yeah, I'm having a good old time. This is just sad. Here they don't have the card that is attached to their belt or whatever. As if they were like on a lifeline or something. Like, this is sad. When people say, "Hey, we're going to Las Vegas. Oh, we're gonna have so much fun at the casinos and stuff." I've never been to Las Vegas, but like, this is not fun. This is sad. This is embarrassingly pathetic. I'm sorry to these ladies. This looks like a very old picture. Maybe it's just the vibe that's old. So they might not even be alive, which is less of a problem. But it's a very sad establishment that sells you happiness and sells you the dream of a better future, but that in the end is just a big scam that is designed to make you lose your money. As Send to the Moon says, casinos are a great metaphor for capitalism. I think there's value to going once or twice, to see it as an analysis, to analyze it, to make sure that, to go see it, like to experience it, and see what it's all about, and what you can take away from it as a lesson. But in itself, as an experience, it's not fun. It's not all jolly as it's trying to sell you the idea that it is. No phones, just living the moment. You're right, Lenore. It's true. They don't have any phones. They're having fun. Slot machines are TikTok for boomers. Yeah, it keeps them on the edge of their seats. Skier Woj saying fake remedies for manufactured illnesses. There you go. Kind of edgy, but in an anti-capitalist way. We don't hate it. We don't hate it. Temer says a variable ratio reinforcement schedule for rewards. Operant conditioning works as good in mice and humans. Absolutely. It goes back to the model that we were talking about with milestones and different reinforcement and rewards. The sociology of pre-internet people is a sociology that books will be written about. That pre-internet people who lived through the internet is a sociology that will be written and will be extremely interesting to learn about. Pre-internet people were the people who grew up without actually being able to curate what media they would listen to. They would just listen to the same old media as everyone on the television or on the radio. They weren't able to hone in their specific interests or passions. They just lived. They didn't have the stress of having to choose, right? This was my ode to pre-internet people. To these people. They didn't have all the knowledge that the internet can give them. They didn't even have to worry about ideological splits, right? Halitosis, who is a pre-internet person, but who probably knows a bit about the internet and is able to emancipate himself through it. Because they're on Twitch. Says, my family had a rotary phone. I remember pre-internet days. I prefer not having to wait weeks for the library to get a book in. I still argue with people to get off the fucking cable. It's so expensive, and you don't get the variety of shows and programming and of cultural products that you would actually like to see, right? It's carefully tailored by capitalist interests, and that kind of those kind of interests are also the same who give you ads, and they give you a shit ton of ads. You think there's a lot of ads on Twitch or on YouTube? Watch cable TV.